Conservative is one who clings to something and does not want to see beyond that. It is a suicidal attitude. Because one thing is to take tradition into account, to consider situations from the past, but quite another is to be closed up inside a dogmatic box.
Jason Whitlock is the host of Fearless on Blaze Media, and he joins us again tonight. Sir, it's good to see you again. Your response to this, how did we let society devolve this far, that we vilify people like this kicker for making his speech?
Rob, we live in a very secular time, and the whole culture has rejected our biblical founding. And so, instead of people concerning themselves with obeying their Lord and Savior, their self-described Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, we're all out pursuing pleasure. And we're all out adopting identities outside of image bearer of God, Christian. And so hats off to Harrison Butker for being a Catholic, going to a Catholic college, and asking Catholics to follow their faith and not abandon it when they go out into the world. And so I have nothing but respect for Harrison. He's doing exactly what he should do. He's asking people who claim they're Catholics, who claim they're Christian, to back it up with their actual actions. This is completely appropriate. All of the secular people that you show, from Sonny Houston to all these others that are complaining, again, he wasn't talking to them. They're secular, they're Marxist, their beliefs are, in my view, satanic. He's not asking them to live up to the values that he's asking other Catholics to live up to. So this is people sticking their nose in business that's really no concern of theirs. If a Catholic wants to go confront a bunch of Catholics and say, hey, man, here's what we believe as Catholics. We are self-described Christians, and this is what God calls on us to do.
Right.
He has every right to do that, and he should be applauded for doing that. He didn't run to Bill Maher's set on HBO and talk to an atheist and say, hey, man, you should do X, Y, and Z. He went to a group of Catholics and self-described Christians and said, hey, this is what we're supposed to do.
It's funny, too, because I'm not a particularly religious person, and I don't really share that with many people, but I can see what's happening to our society, and I can see that, I can see that the general hedonism that we've moved toward, and just I can see the decay, and I can see the loss of the quality of life as we move more towards leftism, where the state is the thing to be worshipped, right, rather than something above. I can just see the failings of that ideology. And I don't believe, necessarily everything that he said. I disagreed with him on a number of points, but I would never be offended by what he said. And I would never say, I mean, there's people out there vilifying this man. And when you listen to his speech, he's such a kind-hearted, good person who cries talking about meeting his wife. Their anger is so interesting to me.
Rob, I appreciate the transparency and the honesty. I do think that as time continues to pass, I think you're going to come more and more into the understanding of why religious faith is so important and why Christianity is so important. I'm watching people like Bill Maher in real time realize, like, oh my God, Christian culture serves me better as a comedian than secular culture. He had more free speech and he could crack more jokes in a Christian culture than he can in a secular culture. And that's why he's being so critical of the left in recent years and the woke. And I just think, Rob, as time continues to play out, we're going to see how much more chaos. 'Cause we're not at rock bottom. No. This matriarchal culture that we have and this belief that the patriarchy is bad and male leadership is bad, if we keep going down this path, it's going to get much worse for everybody. And I say this all the time on my show, Rob, that Black Americans, we are the lab rats for the matriarchy and for the Marxist movement. And if you look at the breakdown of our family, if you look at the academic performance of our young people, if you look at the incarceration rate of our young people, drug use, all these other things.
Right.
It's all a reflection of the matriarchy and matriarchal leadership. And that's what Harrison is trying to warn everybody against, is there's some easy rules to follow that have been around for a long time. And thankfully, our founding fathers, even people like Ben Franklin, who wasn't a traditional Christian or even a Christian at all, but he realized the brilliance of what's in the Bible and those guiding principles, and they built that into our Constitution and Declaration of Independence, is why this country has been the envy of the world, and we're slowly tearing it apart.
That's so true, and that's so smart. Jason Whitlock, I got to leave it there, but thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Rob, thank you.